Hi folks, we're back with Sarah Koszyk, our FM expert sports nutritionist. She's written over 220 articles on sports nutrition. Sarah holds a seat on our international consortium of experts, and she's an absolutely amazing dietitian. She works with our athletes to make sure they're fueling their bodies for success. Welcome, Sarah, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, John. Excited to be here.
Great to have you. So today we're talking about supplementation, and if that's something that our athletes need, and that's basically designed to help you get the most out of your nutrition, maximize your energy, and swim faster. Now, before we get started, you can visit Sarah's FM expert landing page on our website. I'm going to just go ahead and share here so you can see where that is. And you go right on to our FM Fast Track. You go to fluidmechanics.net, click on the Fast Track, and click on either the Fast Track demo if you don't have it, or the Fast Track itself. And there's Sarah right there. You view her offer, and you can start working with her one-on-one. There's a initial consultation. Go right in there and start working with her. She's absolutely amazing. Let's dig into this topic. What do you know about supplementation and whether our athletes need that or not?
Yes, so nutrition, as we all know, is a really important component of an athlete's success. And when discussing nutrition, many athletes incorporate the use of specific dietary supplements in order to enhance their performance and recovery. And now supplements have been suggested to be beneficial. They can increase energy, they can improve endurance, they can build muscle and optimize recovery. However, these specific nutrients can also be found in food. And I always encourage a food first motto before delving into the supplement world. Now, with that said, some supplements can be beneficial to an athlete's performance and others can cause potential harm to their health and reputation, specifically if the supplement falls under the anti-doping rule violation. So we should always make sure that that is tested first. And before just taking any supplement that your friends are taking or that you've seen on TikTok or Instagram, I highly recommend talking to a registered dietitian like myself in order to see if that particular supplement will benefit you and if it's actually safe to use. It's also important to use products that offer third-party testing systems from reputable companies to test for purities in the supplement. A huge problem with supplementation is that there's no regulation by the FDA, and the ingredients could have hidden toxins or chemicals that aren't noted on the ingredient list. Like, for example, if it says turmeric, well, that turmeric could maybe be contaminated with other things. So by having the product third-party tested, it can actually ensure the quality of the product and that you're taking and consuming what's listed without any residuals. And I also like referring to NSF certification and consumerlabs.com to make sure that the supplements are really legit. Now, you also always want to avoid products that make claims like performance enhancement or these wild claims, because these products can be spiked with prohibited substances. And you could always refer to the USA Anti-Doping Agency high-risk list to determine if that product is safe or not. And in addition, the International Olympic Committee does accept certain supplements like caffeine, creatine, nitrates, sodium bicarbonate, and beta-alanine. These are all acceptable supplements in certain quantities, of course. We can't get too crazy once again. So the bottom line for supplements is supplements are meant to be supplements. They are not meant to be dependent to provide the person with all the energy, all the performance, and all the recovery that they need. I always say food first, supplementation second. And then prior to supplementing, check with a registered dietitian like myself to make sure that one, you need it, two, how much and when to take it, and three, that that specific product is safe to use.
So don't just fire away on anything that somebody says, hey, this will be great to try. I actually did that one time, Sarah, and not in that same way. I was having a problem and I tried something and on the outside it said superfish. And so it's a superfish oil. And later when I was talking to my liver doctor because of that, right, and that almost killed me, he asked me a funny question, which is, John, I'm looking at this bottle and it doesn't say FDA approved or anything like that on it. He says, where did you get it? I said, well, it was across the internet. He says, okay. He says, do you think it went through the FDA? He says, it doesn't have that stamp of approval. I said, probably not. He says, probably not. He says, where would you find, just as a question here, he said, I'm a doctor. I was on the board of Mass General, which is, I think connected with Harvard University, things like this. He said, so, he says, I'm on that board. He says, I don't know. He says, I'm a doctor. I know you're probably not a doctor. I said, I'm not a medical doctor. He says, great. He says, I don't know where I would go to find a super fish. He says, where in the ocean would I go to find a super fish? He says, because they're saying it's super fish oil. And the big question you got is what's inside that to make it super fish oil? Would you be able to fish for someone? You go to Fiji, where do you get it?
Right.
It was a really great point that, here they're advertising super fish oil, but where's the super fish?
Right.
And
Right.
they'll do anything to get you to buy this stuff. And then after it injures you or causes a problem, they all of a sudden evaporate. They're not there.
Yes, exactly. And that's why I mentioned a few resources such as, NSF certification, consumerlabs.com. I mean, even the Olympics have their own committee and they have, anti-doping risk list and whatnot. So it's definitely important to know where a product is coming from and what that product actually means.
Right. And when they deal with someone and you deal with an expert like Sarah, you provide guidance in those areas, right? And help them understand what they need and what they don't need. And also, what are the kind of the good choices to make sure you're not taking something that could harm you or not help you at all.
Yeah, it's a funny kind of piggybacking on your story about the liver. One of my clients came to me and was getting nosebleeds because they were taking all of these different supplements. They were actually causing them to get nosebleeds. I was like, oh my gosh, yes. Always talk to a doctor or a registered dietitian first before supplementing.
Wow, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. Now, again, don't forget to visit Sarah's landing page and get set up for our introductory session, which you can access right in on our FM Fast Track. It's located on our landing page under FM Experts. Sarah, thank you so much for visiting with us today.
Thank you, John.